As was anticipated by many, councils on both sides of the divide failed to reach consensus on the way forward regarding the two sets of cases related to the December 21 no-confidence motion, as well as the appointment of the GECOM chairman. The CCJ will receive written submissions on or before the 1st of July. However, the court will not hand down its decision until July 12. On Monday, the court heard submissions from all sides in its post-judgment hearing on the consequential orders and costs in the cases from Guyana. President of the CCJ, Justice Adrian Saunders, noted that in light of the fact that the court concluded that the procedure of appointing the GECOM chair was flawed and in breach of the Constitution, there is basically no GECOM chair. He then asked Trinidadian Senior Counsel Douglas Mendes, representing the opposition, whether it is possible to have elections within 3 months without a chairman of the Elections Commission.
The answer to that is yes, Your Honours. One of the issues that has arisen, I can say broadly speaking, is as to what list is to be used. And we respectfully submit that the law is very clear on that question. And therefore, there is no discretion or no decision to be made by anyone as to what list is to be used. And that is really the only outstanding issue, as it were.
The opposition's position is that an election should have been held since March 21 and that there was an official list of electors, OLE, at that date, which subsequently expired on April 30. Counsel Mendes told the court that the list could still be used but will have to be supplemented. But GECOM's attorney Stanley Marcus said that putting everything into place and complying with all the provisions that are necessary, a new OLE could be ready by the 25th of December, adding that elections could be held any time after that date. He argued that millions have already been spent on preparations for house-to-house registration, which is critical.
What I have indicated to you is the earliest that I have been advised. That is the earliest date, because there's a certain operation that has to begin next month. It is going to run for 3 months. There has to be advertisements. There have to be many other things to be done. The process is all laid out. The Commission is acting according to the requirements of the law, the things laid out in the various acts of Parliament.
But shouldn't the Commission not always be ready to organize this within 3 months? Doesn't that follow from the Constitution? I know it's an ideal situation. We're talking about Guyana, not utopia. But reading the Constitution, is that not a fair conclusion?
The GECOM attorney warned that credible elections are paramount and a priority for the Commission.
The risk, Your Honor, of having an election before the time indicated by the Commission is that you will have an election that might not be credible, and we will be back before you on other grounds. On other grounds. What we'll be doing is postponing from now an opportunity to resolve the matter to a later date. Because if there is not compliance with the law and the safeguards that are laid down to ensure that we have a fair, impartial, and credible elections, we may have the position that later on, after the elections are held, with defective lists in particular, as happened before, we'll have to come back to you on other grounds.
Justice Saunders noted that the matters are of highest constitutional importance, adding it beats him why the leader of the opposition, the president, and their respective counsel have not met to discuss the issues that confront everyone.
Everybody says these are important issues, but it seems as though the same degree of urgency and deliberation that are expected of the courts, we don't see them being reflected in the behavior of the political directorate. And that, I think, is unfortunate. This case puts the court in a very awkward position because we don't want to make political decisions.
He added that at the same time, it is in their remit to assist in seeing the rule of law observed in Guyana. Handel Duncan H, GP Nightly News.